And I'm Emily. Thanks for joining us again on another exclusive Patreon episode. Ooh, we have a sexy one today. We have a controversial one today. We have a graphic one today, and I am so excited the Patreon exists because my gosh, this is not made for YouTube. When we're talking spice, this is the thick of it. This is a lot of heat. So we are diving into this exclusive Patreon episode where we are talking about mileage. And what mileage means is basically, what do you get? How much can you do with the girl? How much mileage do you get on the vehicle? It's such a sexist term. I say it, but it makes sense in our world. And you get certain mileage with a stripper, you get certain mileage in a massage parlor, you get certain mileage with an escort, and so on and so forth. So before we dive in, a bit of history about us. We own a spicy, happy ending massage parlor in Toronto, Canada. And we are here on this podcast talking about things like mileage, diving into the thick of it, explaining what it is, what's changed, what's trending, what's controversial, what's illegal, what's allowed, all the details. So we are about to start on the journey of the evolution of mileage. And I am so excited to tear this issue wide open and dive into it because I think we got a lot to say about this one, Riley.
There is. I feel like mileage is like an ever evolving situation in the industry. And I mean, we can go further back than even we knew about the industry or when you worked in it. But I mean, there was a time where just being able to touch a naked woman or, touch a boob or grab a butt cheek was a lot. I mean, that was the exciting part of the session. And as things have changed and we've gotten into things like body sliding, which maybe some of you don't know what that is, so I will explain a little bit. I mean, body sliding is essentially body to body contact without it being genital to genital, or at least it is according to Muse. I can't say that that doesn't happen elsewhere. But even that in itself at one time was an experience that wasn't necessarily offered everywhere. It was extremely high mileage at the time. And it was like new territory, whereas, things evolve and progress. And I blame some of our competitors for the way the trends have gone. But now we'll get into the progression of that. But now we're to a point where full service is on most people's menu, which is sex or. But yeah, back in the day, it was a nude reverse, or a body slide. And again, body slide being at the top tier, a high paid session for the girl. And essentially, it was her sliding her naked, soft, oiled up body all over the client. And now here we are going into, and like it's just gotten so out of hand, and it's so wild the things that are expected of these girls.
It's really true. And it's almost surreal to hear you say it because it brings me back to like my first few weeks in the business. Luckily, I had a few girls that took me under their wing and would take me into some sessions and show me some stuff. But I remember one girl in particular, one of the most beautiful women I've ever known. She used to make me stutter because I was just like, okay, to anything she said. Took me into one of her sessions. And I remember a client just absolutely pleading for her to get on top and just slide her boobs on his dick. And the way she was like, absolutely not going to happen.
Really?
First of all, you don't have enough money for that, sir. Second of all, that's reserved for only my favorites. Like she laid it out. And he was like, please, how much? Just tell me how much. Like it was something bargained and begged for and reserved only for the most special clients. I remember finally learning what a body slide was, which, I mean, your description is so perfect, but doesn't that leave so many different like positions and possibilities, and like how do you actually execute one, and like what does it even look like, or like how many are there or something. And I remember back then the only thing that girls would do was put a towel over the guy's crotch, sit on it, and just kind of like grind like you're in high school at the movies, right? Yeah, like this little like just thigh humping situation.